What if the beautiful game wasn't just about skill and strategy? What if it was also a battleground for humanity's darkest traits, pride, greed, wrath, and more? Imagine if the 7 deadly sins weren't just ancient warnings, but living, breathing footballers, dominating the pitch with all their flaws and fire. Who would embody these sins? And how do their stories reveal the raw, unfiltered drama of football like never before? Let's find out. Pride. It's the sin of excessive self-confidence and arrogance, is both a blessing and a curse. Pride is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. It's the fuel behind moments of magic. But when unchecked, it becomes destructive. Think Zlatan Ibrahimović.
He's not on the wall.
Because they still don't know how God is looking.
The man is practically synonymous with pride. Zlatan doesn't just see himself as a footballer, he sees himself as a deity of the game. Remember when he referred to himself as a lion?
Lions, they don't compare themselves with humans.
Or the time he said, "I came like a king, left like a legend"?
I came like a king and left like a legend.
That's pure pride on display. But it's not just about the words, it's the way he plays. Bicycle kicks from impossible angles and a career that spans across Europe's biggest clubs. Pride is what drives Zlatan to attempt the unthinkable. Yet pride has a cost. His relationships with teammates and managers have often been rocky. His ego sometimes overshadows the team dynamic, leaving him isolated.
Do you still consider yourself the best player in Major League Soccer?
By far. 29. He's playing in MLS and he's in his prime. When I was 29, where was I?
Yeah, you were in Europe.
Big difference.
But here's the thing. Zlatan's pride isn't just arrogance, it's a belief in his ability to deliver, and more often than not, he does.
I feel untouchable, and I feel I will smash everyone that comes in my way.
Greed. Greed is about more than money. It's the relentless hunger for more. More goals, more trophies, more fame. In football, greed manifests in players who are never satisfied, even when they have achieved it all. And who better to represent this sin than Neymar Jr.? When Neymar left Barcelona for PSG in a world record €222 million transfer, it wasn't just about money, it was about stepping out of Messi's shadow. Neymar wanted to be the star, the face of a team built around him. But greed is a tricky beast. While Neymar has enjoyed moments of brilliance at PSG, his career has been marred by criticism. Injuries, on-pitch theatrics, and questions about his commitment have often overshadowed his undeniable talent. Still, Neymar's greed for greatness shows in his play. The flicks, the tricks, the audacious goals, they're all a testament to a player who wants everything football has to offer. But greed, as always, comes with consequences. Wrath. Wrath is the sin of uncontrollable anger. And in football, it's often the driving force behind the game's most fiery characters. It's the sin that makes players lash out, fight back, and refuse to back down. When you think of wrath, Roy Keane immediately comes to mind. Keane wasn't just a player, he was an enforcer. His tackles were fierce, his words sharper, and his temper legendary. One moment that perfectly encapsulates wrath is Keane's infamous tackle on Alf Inge Holland in 2001. It wasn't just reckless, it was premeditated revenge. Keane admitted in his autobiography that the tackle was payback for a previous altercation. But wrath wasn't just about anger for Keane, it was a source of motivation. His fiery demeanor demanded the best from his teammates. He wasn't afraid to call out laziness or lack of effort. Keane's wrath wasn't just a flaw, it was a driving force that made him one of Manchester United's greatest captains. Before we move on to the next part, make sure to hit the subscribe button to help us keep bringing you more great content like this. Back to it. Envy. Envy at the quiet sin of comparison and jealousy is a powerful force in football. It's what drives players to outshine their rivals, but it can also eat away at them. Few players embody envy more than Mario Balotelli. From the start of his career, Balotelli was compared to the greats. He had the talent, the flair, and the potential to be one of the best. But those comparisons fueled a deep envy. Balotelli's infamous "Why always me" celebration after scoring against Manchester United wasn't just a playful jab, it was a glimpse into his psyche. Balotelli craved the recognition and respect that others received, and it often pushed him to moments of brilliance. But envy is a double-edged sword. Balotelli's career was plagued by inconsistency, disciplinary issues, and a sense of unfulfilled potential. Envy drove him to succeed, but it also became his downfall. Lust. Lust isn't just about physical desire. It's about an insatiable thirst for fame, glory, and adoration. And in football, no one embodies lust better than Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo's career is built on an unrelenting pursuit of greatness. His dedication to training, his obsession with fitness, and his desire to be the best have made him a global icon. But lust isn't just about hard work. It's about the need to be admired. From his shirtless celebrations to his perfectly crafted image, Ronaldo thrives on attention. He doesn't just play football, he performs. His social media following, his endorsements, and his off-pitch persona are all extensions of his lust for greatness. But here's the thing, lust, when channeled correctly, can be incredibly powerful. Ronaldo's drive has earned him countless trophies, records, and Ballon d'Ors. He's proof that sometimes lust for success can lead to greatness. Gluttony. Gluttony is the sin of excess, and in football, it's about players who take everything the game has to offer. No one represents gluttony better than the legendary Diego Maradona. Maradona wasn't just a footballer, he was a larger-than-life figure. On the pitch, his talent was otherworldly. The hand of God goal and his solo effort against England in the 1986 World Cup are moments that will live on forever. But off the pitch, Maradona's gluttony for excess defined his life. From his struggles with addiction to his love for the spotlight, Maradona lived without limits. His story is one of incredible highs and devastating lows, a reminder of how gluttony, while thrilling, can also be destructive. Yet, it's this very gluttony that makes Maradona a legend. His flaws humanized him, making his story one of triumph and tragedy. Sloth. Sloth, the sin of wasted potential and lack of effort, is perhaps the most heartbreaking sin in football. It's the story of players who could have been great but fell short. Adriano is the perfect example of sloth. Dubbed the Emperor for his dominance in Serie A, Adriano had everything: pace, power, and a rocket of a left foot. But personal struggles, including the loss of his father, took a toll on his motivation. Adriano's career, once destined for greatness, became a tale of unfulfilled promise. He showed flashes of brilliance, but inconsistency and a lack of discipline overshadowed his talent. Sloth isn't just about laziness, it's about the weight of life's challenges and the inability to rise above them. Adriano's story is a reminder of how fragile a footballer's career can
Ninguém
be.
entendeu. Ah, Adriano, larga milhão. Não quero saber. O importante é você saber ser feliz, cara. Não importa dinheiro. É óbvio que o dinheiro ajuda nós pra gente sobreviver, ajudar nossas famílias.
So there you have it, the 7 deadly sins as footballers. Each sin tells a story of ambition, excess, and humanity's eternal struggle with itself. Football at its core is a reflection of life. It's messy, passionate, and full of contradictions. These players, with all their flaws and brilliance, show us that the beautiful game isn't just about goals. It's about the stories that live on forever. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.